Hi, welcome to the 7th episode of the New England Gal Knits podcast. I am Janet and I live in Massachusetts with my husband, our 2 boys, our cat, and our dog. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram at the New England Gal. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you are a new viewer, welcome to the podcast. So as you can see today, I have a co-host. I've set up a little bit differently. He was all snuggled in the chair and I didn't feel like moving things around, so I figured I would just sit with him and film here. So this is our dog Lego, and he is a Alaskan Klee. He's 3 years old. He broke loose from my mother-in-law yesterday when going for a walk. Do you see the look I'm getting? And anyways, he ran around for 2 hours giving them a good chase, and I think everybody got their exercise yesterday. So he's been sticking to my side lately because I think he knows he's in trouble. So anyways, today it's December 19th, and today is actually my husband's birthday, and he doesn't watch this, but happy birthday to Steve. So we don't have much going on as far as doing anything for him. The boys do have plans tonight with gifts and we'll get cake, but we don't normally do a whole lot for birthdays. And December 19th, I feel bad for people with birthdays in December. I swear we are always so busy that I have a habit of forgetting, and thank God for having children because they remind me of his birthday. Otherwise, I think it would come and go, and I'm not the best wife. I don't remember anniversaries. I don't remember birthdays. Thank God he's so understanding. He remembers all of that, and I don't. So, but anyways, it's his birthday today, and we'll be celebrating later on tonight. Anyways, so I'm wearing my Veronica cardigan today. I love this. This is by Shannon Cook, which I knit out of Patton's Worsted, and I wear this all the time. It is cozy, it is warm. I absolutely love it, and then I'll show you a little later on there are plans for a new one to be cast on fairly soon. So I do have a couple finished objects for this episode, and 2 of the finished objects do not have their ends woven in, so I know sometimes it's not considered finished, but I think for the sake of the podcast, I'm going to consider them finished. One was blocked, and the other one I literally finished about 5 minutes before starting to film. I was almost there and I just needed to get it done. So my first finished object are my vanilla socks, and here we go. They're not quite matching. These are the Lang Jarwoll Magic in the colorway 7233. I wrote it down. I lost the ball band. I put it somewhere for safekeeping, and now I can't find it. I do that all the time. I think it's a pretty common thing, right? Anyone else have that issue where you put something away for safekeeping and then it turns up missing and you don't remember where you put it? Maybe it's old age. I'm 40. My mind's going. My mind was going well before 40, but anyways. So this was knit. It's a single ply yarn. I did not enjoy the yarn at all. It kept, here's what I have left. So it kept splitting. It was very splitty, and then on top of that, the working yarn would curl up on itself and it would felt together. I had to, at one point, with this black is not as long as it should be. I had to actually cut out some of the yarn and reattach it. So it was very fiddly. I did not enjoy knitting with the yarn at all, but at least it's done, and I do like the color. I do like it. It's going to be super warm. It is soft and fuzzy, but I wouldn't choose to knit with this yarn again. So my second finished object is the Amina Shawl. Here we go. So it is blocked, but the ends have not been woven in. It is my entire wingspan. Do I have this facing? Yeah, I do have it facing the right way. So it is quite long. It's not as wide as I would want it to be lengthwise, but I love the way it came out. It's super light and airy, so it's going to be the perfect shawl for the summer with a t-shirt. And I am very happy with the way this came out. And it was a super quick and easy knit, completely mindless, even though it looks a little more complicated with the lace. Really enjoyed it. And this was knit out of Moonstone Dyeworks. And this is the Haunted colorway on her Stellia sock base. And I loved this yarn. I loved working with it. I have a little bit left over. But really, I did enjoy that one. And then my last finished object is actually a new cast on as well. You guys have not seen it. So Tayler Earl of the Hands Wool Needles podcast just came out at the beginning of the month with a pattern for the firepit mittens, and they're two different lengths. So here we go. Here's the long ones. I love these. They knit up really quickly. I finished one a day, so within 2 days I had these finished. I'm very happy with the thumb gussets. Sometimes I get holes at the bottom of my thumb gussets. I didn't with these. They were quick and easy. I knit these out of Patton's Classic Worsted in the Heather colorway. They're so warm and toasty, and like I said, they're super quick, and had these off the needles in no time at all, and I love them. I've been wearing them. I probably knit them 2 days after I podcasted last, and I've been wearing them every single day. I absolutely love them, and these took one ball, so it's the perfect quick, easy knit still time, because it's Tuesday. These, like I said, were done in 2 days, so still time for gift knitting if you're looking for that last minute quick gift. Absolutely loved it. So for my works in progress, my first work in progress is actually a hoe, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on a sock blocker. And there was drama surrounding these socks I'm working on, you know, because nothing right before Christmas, when you're knitting, you know, a Christmas gift, nothing can go smoothly at all. So these here, these are knit plain vanilla sock. I actually, for the first time, did a toe up sock. Loved doing the toe up sock. These were going to be for my younger son. So my younger son wanted Hufflepuff socks, and my older son wanted Bruin socks. So I dyed up 2 skeins of yarn in this color, because the Bruins and Hufflepuff are the same colors. So 2 years ago, when we were going to see Fantastic Beasts, my son did the Pottermore sorting quiz, and he was sorted into Hufflepuff. So that's why he wanted Hufflepuff socks. So last Sunday, he decides he's going to retake the quiz on Pottermore, and come to find out he's a Ravenclaw. So he doesn't want Hufflepuff socks anymore. So he's like, these socks will be for Jacob, who's my older son. Ryan's my younger. So Ryan has larger feet than Jacob, which that's fine. At least I knit these to fit. You can see they're kind of hanging off here. I knit these to fit Ryan. Jacob's feet will still grow. He'll grow into them, and he wears them to bed. He won't wear hand knit socks out, whereas Ryan, I can't get them off his feet. So at least I don't have to worry about large socks having to be shoved into a smaller shoe. So these will be Jacob's Bruin socks, and I told Ryan he's not getting Ravenclaw socks for Christmas because there's no way I'm going to get those done. So anyways, I have one finished, and on Saturday we went and we saw The Last Jedi. Fabulous. I love the movie. Absolutely love the movie. So anyways, I had just finished this the morning of, and I'm like, well, I need to get the other one started because I want to have something to knit while we're watching the movie. So I did about 20 minutes prior to leaving. I had started the toe, and then we had to wait in line to get into our seats. We had pre-ordered tickets, but we got there early because it wasn't assigned seating, which we typically do, but we couldn't get tickets this time around with the pre-orders for those pre-seated theaters. So we got there early and we had to stand in line. So I finished the toe while we were in line, and then I had knit the rest of this in the theater, which I thought for myself, being in the dark and it was slowing me down, I did make very good progress just in the 2.5 hours that it took to watch the movie. So I was very happy with that. So these, I'll concentrate on knitting these Friday and Saturday, and I'll have these done for Christmas for Jacob. And then because I had knit because I had dyed 2 balls, because one was going to be Hufflepuffs and one was going to be Bruins, what I'm going to do is I had knit the first sock with this ball, I'm knitting the second sock with this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold 2 yarns together, and I'm going to do a worsted weight hat for Jacob for his Bruins hat. He said he'd like that, so I'll end up doing that with the extra ball of yarn that I have. Alright, so that was my first work in progress. So my second work in progress has given me a little bit of a headache. I love it. I did something stupid and now I've got to fix it. So this is I think I said it right in my last podcast, and now I'm going to have issues saying it now. The Zweig sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and let me show you a picture of the pattern here. Here's the Zweig. So I am absolutely loving this pattern. So I have finally gotten through all of the lace. The lace was a breeze. It was so easy and so wonderful to knit. I really enjoyed it. And I am working on the second part of the color work. Now, the color work in this section, it's not very difficult. It is knit to one color, knit to the other. I messed up twice. So I was literally all the way back to the beginning of the round before I discovered I messed up twice along the way. So now I have to tink back to where this marker is to fix it. And I hate, with two skeins of yarn, I hate tinking back. I feel like it's taking me forever, but I put this aside for now. I have a couple other things I'm working on, and then I'll pick this back up after the holidays and tink back the rest of the way and get this corrected, because I love it. I am loving the colors, and these I had dyed myself. I dyed them on some leftover bare Felici that I had. So here is the yellow, which has blue and red speckles in it. And then the main body is this green. And like I said, I am absolutely loving the colors. I love the lace pattern. I just messed up. I can't count to 2, obviously. Twice. I couldn't count to 2 twice. I messed up and only knit 1. Anyways, I do love it. I can't wait to have it done. It's just the tinking back that I'm just dreading completing. So, but I'll work on it. I have a couple other things that are time sensitive because I said I'm not knitting anybody Christmas presents, and now I have the Bruin socks for Jake. I have my next project, which I'm going to show you, is for my mother. It's been on the previous podcast. It should be done by now, but it's not. So, but it is the, you know what, let me show you a picture. It is the Woodstack mittens, and these are by Jane Richmond. And the poor pattern has been sorely abused because I started these a while ago. So here's the first one, which I had almost finished the last time. I had, I think, like 3 rows of the thumb left. It was kind of pathetic. But I finally finished these. So, and then I had, or maybe I had finished it and had gotten some of the ribbing done on the other. So, but here is the second mitten. And I am almost done. I'm at the point where I am at decreasing the top of the mitten, but I'll have these done. I would say another hour worth of work on these and they'll be all done. So I'm almost done these, and these are, again, they're knit out of Wool of the Andes, and it was a bare one that my mom and I had dyed up a couple years ago, and I had promised her I'd knit her mittens, and I'm just 2 years later getting around to doing it. So these are almost done. I'm going to be so happy by the time Christmas comes around. The mittens will be done, the Bruin socks will be done, and I'll be ready to cast on a couple other new projects. So, and then my next work in progress is more Fireside pit mitts. So these, I decided last minute that I was going to knit these as a teacher gift for my younger son Ryan's teacher, as well as for the boys' bus driver. So here is, I don't have much. I just started these at the bus stop this morning. So, and honestly, I started using this for another project. This ball of yarn, I have no idea what kind of yarn it is. It is an acrylic wool blend with tweed. I have no idea what the colorway is. I picked it up from Webb's easily 4 years ago. So I even went online to Webb's to look it up so I could share it with you guys. And my orders only go back, I think, 2 years. So I can't even figure out and look at my previous order to see what yarn this is, but I figured with this one, it's acrylic, so that if they want to throw them in the washing machine, they can. It's just easier to care for than pure wool. So I am working on these, hoping, I am doing the short version. I'm not going to do the long ones, I'm going to do the short ones, so I'm hoping within the next 2 days I can bang these out so they'll be ready for Friday. And I didn't block my other ones, so, and with this being acrylic, I'm hoping I won't need to block these either because there's not enough time, so they're not going to be blocked. So I decided this morning to pull those out and cast those on. And then my final work in progress. So I have fallen down the rabbit hole of the whole crochet granny stripe blanket. I ended up, you know what, I have so many leftover skeins of yarn that I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to use them. And I have quite a bit. Like, these were from a pair of Christmas socks last year, and I've already put in a stripe, and I still have quite a bit left of it. So I had all these fingering weight yarns laying around, and I'm like, I'll get to them, and I'll make shorty socks. And you know what, I can still probably do shorty socks with these and do alternating heels, toes, and cuffs and have plenty there. So anyways, I decided I was going to fall down that rabbit hole and start a granny stripe crochet blanket. So I started this last Saturday, and this is what I have so far. Now, a lot of people, here we go. A lot of people are doing large ones that fit the queen size bed. I'm not. I'm just gonna do a throw blanket. It takes me, I'm a very slow crocheter, and it is taking me 45 minutes to get through one row, and it's enough to fit 2 people under comfortably. So I figured this is long enough, and it's keeping me busy. You know, sometimes at night I'm so tired and I can't concentrate, and this is just mindless. It keeps me busy, and I am really, really enjoying doing this, especially, like I said, when I am so tired and I don't want to think. I feel at least productive, and I can pull this out, and I'm really enjoying crocheting that. And that is it for everything I have been working on. So I did want to share some sewing that I had done. I had actually started these last year. I found them when I was cleaning out my craft corner downstairs. I'm almost done in one night, and I'll have these done. So I'm hoping to finish these and have them as gifts for a couple of my friends and for my mom and my aunt. So these are little snowman mug rugs, and I have little button eyes, and I applique on a little nose. So literally all I have, and I had started pinning all of this. I'm missing a pin here. I just have the binding to hand sew on, and it does not take long at all to do that. So I have, oh, these have little different black eyes. So I guess I did do different eyes. This one, so I have 4 of these. So, and I had used some scrap material that I had to do these. So I am going to spend a night. I have a lot to do before Christmas. Again, I said I'm not knitting anyone gifts. I'm not putting that pressure on myself, because always the last minute I'm rushing to get things done, and I'm doing it anyways. So, and here's the 4th one. So I figure one for each of my 2 closest friends, as well as for my mom and my aunt. So I am going to finish these up and give those to them. So, and that is it for the things I have to work on. So I did do some purchasing, so I'm going to share that with you now. So I had received an email for 25% off of Michael's, and I decided I absolutely love the Veronica so much. I want to knit another one. So I went and I picked up more yarn for that, and this is the Plum Heather colorway. So I picked up 4 balls. This only took 4 balls, and I had originally purchased 6. So I purchased 4. Hopefully it'll only take 4, but I'm not overly worried if I have to pick up a 5th ball with it being too far off for the dye lots. So I picked up 4 of those, and then I had picked up, so this is a 2nd ball of the Heath Heather, and that's what I used to knit the Fireside mitts out of. So I picked up 2 of these, one for the Fireside mitts, and then I picked up these, and I want to knit some workman socks with these, and do a little bit of striping, make them look almost a little bit like monkey socks. So I had picked up those with the 25% off coupon at Michael's. And then, naturally, when my younger son said he's now a Ravenclaw and wants Ravenclaw socks, I had no more undyed yarn left. So I decided I'm just going to go on Etsy and see what I can find. But my son, deciding to be as particular as he is, says he didn't want the blue and silver Ravenclaw colors. He wants what's in the book, which is the blue and the bronze. Not so easy to find, and of course I get on Knit Picks and they did have Hawthorne yarn with blue and silver, but he didn't want that. So I went to Etsy, and I had always said to myself, I'm not spending $30 on a skein of yarn for my boys' socks. And I spent and bought hand-dyed yarn for my son for socks, which he'll probably grow out of, but you know what? When he grows out of them, I'll be able to wear them. So this is by Snallygaster Fibers, I think is how you say it. Here's her tag. This is the Polaris sock, and it's a 75% merino, 25% nylon in her Ravenclaw colorway. And this actually has the bronze, the silver, and the blue. So I figured it was safe enough that he gets the book, the movie, all in one. In this way he can't complain about it. So these will be cast on. My food scale died a while ago, my digital scale. And I finally said to my husband, I said, we need to buy another digital scale. And he's here like, oh, for measuring food? I said, no, I need it for measuring yarn. I got the dirtiest look ever. However, the scale is coming today. Thank you, Amazon. So anyways, once I get the scale, I think I'm gonna try 2 at a time toe up socks with these and see how it goes. So this way, hopefully, he'll have these done fairly quickly. So as soon as I can measure these out, I'll skein this up or ball it up and start on those for him. But he's well aware he's not getting them for Christmas. He's not getting them for New Year's. It'll be into January or February before he gets them. And then my last of my purchases is from a Homespun House. I have always admired her yarn, watching her vlogs and her podcast. Molly just creates the most gorgeous skeins of yarn. But with shipping and the euro conversion, it was just more than I wanted to spend on yarn, and I finally decided to bite the bullet and order yarn. So I ordered 2 skeins. So the first one is the Half-Blooded Prince, and this is on her Stellia base, which is a 75 superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold Stellia. And I absolutely love this colorway. And then the second skein I bought, this is the Collins in her Plum BFL fingering, which is a 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon. Look at those speckles. Hopefully you can see. They are beautiful. These will be a pair of socks because I bought the BFL because I wanted BFL socks. But I could so see myself knitting a sweater in this yarn. I love it. So, and then she also threw in, if you had ordered, I don't know if it was a Black Friday special, but if you ordered from her, she was throwing in a mini skein, and this is on, it looks like this is silver Stellia, and she threw in this mini, so this will go into my blanket. So that is it. That is it for purchases. I do have a dilemma, and I want you guys' opinion on it. So I had originally talked about a few weeks. I had ordered, this is Cozy Toes by Legacy Fiber Arts in the Willy Wonka color. And I had originally said this was going to be my Christmas Eve cast on because my birthday's in the beginning of February, so I want these to be my birthday socks, so I want them done in plenty of time. So this is what was going to be my Christmas Eve cast on. But now I am so in love with this as well that I'm almost tempted for this to be my Christmas Eve cast on. So what do you guys think? Which one? Do you think the half-blooded prince for my Christmas Eve cast on, or Willy Wonka for the Christmas Eve cast on? Go. So that's my dilemma. Any input you guys have in your opinion, let me know in the comments. And let me know, are you guys planning on casting anything on Christmas Eve cast on? And if you are, what yarn are you guys going to be using for it? So you guys, I guess we'll find out next podcast which one I decided to cast on. Knowing me, I'll have them both casted on. I'll pick one and then I'll end up casting on the second. Other than the excitement of yesterday, last Sunday I had a great time. My girlfriends and I went out to brunch at Red Rock in Upton, which is a local restaurant to us. It is fabulous, and in their brunch on Sunday mornings they do a Bloody Mary bar, so they bring you a pint glass of vodka and you make your own Bloody Mary. So that was such a great time. And then the night before, so my parents every year bake gingerbread cookies with the boys, and then they decorate their gingerbread men. So the boys had slept over my parents on Saturday. So my husband and I, for his birthday, decided we were going to go out to dinner, and we went to Aquitaine in Denham, Massachusetts, which is a French restaurant that we absolutely love. It's an hour away, but well worth the drive for us. It's right outside of Boston. So we went there. We had the best time, the best meal. We always have good meal, good drinks, and the waitress there, Renee, was amazing. We have not had a waiter or waitress like that in a long time. She was personable and funny and attentive, and it was super busy, but she was attentive to everybody. She was fabulous. We had the best time at dinner. It was really great. We hadn't been out, just the two of us, since May, so it was so nice to just get out and enjoy each other's company kid-free. I guess I won't be seeing you guys until the new year, because in 2 weeks will be January 2nd. So I hope all of you have happy holidays. So happy Hanukkah for those of you who celebrate Hanukkah, and Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas. And have a great and happy and safe holiday season and a happy new year, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye!